All right, so is modern day stick shift racing still stick shift racing? Let's dig into it. So I love stick shift drag racing because of the unique challenges that come with leaving with your left leg and shifting with your right arm. I find it to be exciting, the involvement that the driver has operating a vehicle like this. I also find it to be exciting how different people approach the unique problems that stick shift racing poses to you. From a technical standpoint of tuning and operating the vehicle, from a material science and engineering standpoint of keeping parts alive and being able to actually consistently apply power to the car down the racetrack. All of these things come together with the fact that it's just fun to do. I love driving a stick shift car on the street. They're fun and challenging to push down the racetrack. So for all these reasons, I'll still be doing it regardless. But what do you think? What's your thought on it? Do you think modern day stick shift racing is still stick shift racing? Give me your hot take in the comments. Should sequentials be allowed? Should we see liberties, split slider, clutchless gearboxes? Or should we go back to just OEM style synchronized stuff? Let me know in the comments what you think, and thanks for checking out the video. It's a crisp November day here, just above 0 degrees Celsius. Figured I'd address the age-old question that's become a classic in online debates these days, and that is modern stick shift racing still stick shift racing? First thing is, are non-synchronized dog boxes like this the same as automatics? What gives? Let's find out. So another question that comes up all the time, are dog boxes or faceplated manual transmissions still manual transmissions? Well, to answer that question, so are non-synchronized dog boxes just like automatics? Simple answer is no. They are way more fun. This thing does not get old. And in case you're wondering about the popping and banging, traction control has become a must with this thing. We're running on 8 pounds of boost, wastegate pressure. So when I drive this faceplated 4-speed around, there's zero question that this is a manual transmission. What I love about this transmission is it does everything you imagine a motorsports grade manual transmission should do. It shifts every time you ask it to, it doesn't when you don't, and it goes into gear every single time. It makes all the right noises too. There's no illusions about it. When you're driving a car with a dog box like this is not a toy anymore. This is a real machine. It means business. Man, is it a hell of a lot of fun. Now, a faceplated transmission, like any other, still requires you to leave with your left foot on a clutch pedal and shift with your right arm on the shifter. It's no different. You might have noticed most of the time when I just drive around part throttle, I'm not actually using the clutch to shift the car. That's because there's nothing that's going to synchronize the next gears anyway, so just kind of let the RPM fall to where I expect the next gear speed to be, and and slide it into the next gear. Now, I've given many rides to experienced motorsports enthusiasts who are consistently shocked at the violence and the raw nature of this type of gearbox. So the ease at which you see it operated at the highest levels of drag racing and in these outlaw stick shift classes, this is really the illusion of the expert. The piles of broken parts that many of us have in trying to refine our shift strategies all goes into the ease at which it's seen to be performed at the racetrack. You know, the smooth shifting at wide open throttle at 8,000 plus RPM, this comes from many, many laps, iterations, testing, failures. What's the deal with slipper clutches? Are slipper clutches cheating? Good question. A slipper clutch is still a clutch. It's operated by your left foot. It's comprised of springs, discs, hubs, splines, all the usual components you'd expect in any other clutch. There's no magic in that. Whether the clutch couples instantly or the lockup is controlled and progressive, this is completely up to the operator, their knowledge, know-how, and their tactics. It's all the same parts used since the 60s in the clutch itself. The difference comes in engine management, vehicle control with modern day ECUs and data collection. The suite of sensors, even on a street car like this, allow me to measure front and rear wheel speed, the amount of clutch slip at different points in the racetrack with super high precision. This allows us to get a much better handle on the clutch tune-up quicker and more effectively than we would if we were just going based off time slips like back in the day. It requires tremendous efforts to configure a clutch to behave as intended under continuously varied conditions, which are changing every run, from the power, the RPM, the track surface, wear profile on the clutch disc, the temperature, etc. The list goes on. Arbitrary clutch slip is not an advantage, obviously, but tactful configuration of the clutch behavior is, and that's the bottom line. Every clutch becomes a slipper clutch if you can overpower it. So really, slip in itself, I don't think anyone is considering that to be a universal advantage, but controlled slip that's calculated, tactful, and configurable to the user based on that circumstance, that's where the advantage lies. One thing that we didn't even delve into is shifters. You got Vertigate inline shifters, which I believe to be the superior shifter for drag racing application. These things are bad to the bone, super sick to shift up and down. Blast to drive, and I drive them on the street too. I think they're great, but traditional rules in this modern outlaw stick shift, you can't run them. It's got to be H pattern only. Really the only difference with your conventional H pattern is that the gate, the H is flipped. So instead of the H being horizontal, it's flipped on end. Here's your H. So the basis for the vertical gate shifter is simply that. It's a vertical gate. Maybe my hand is blocking it. Vertical gate. Vertical gate shifters have been used since the inception of manual transmission racing back in the 60s. Bottom line, I've got a lot of laps with both of these shifters. I like them both. H pattern, it's nice on the street, easier to get to reverse a little bit quicker, pulling into parking spots and whatnot. Vertigate, you can't beat it at the track, so what do you think? Let me know in the comments.